Jennifer Lyons with Utex Industries, here with Gabriel Morales, one of our technical sales guys. Gabriel, would you like to introduce yourself again today?
Yes. Good morning, Jennifer. So we've spoken before, a couple of topics, and with Utex previously, I was working in the chemistry department, working as their chemist, having a lot of hands-on time with the rubber formulations, little by little starting to see the applications that they're going into. And today we'll be talking about how we use some of that rubber technology in the mining industry.
Okay, so like you just mentioned, the mining industry, we are primarily an oil and gas based company. That's our main market. And so a lot of our customers don't really know that mining is another market we're in. So will you go ahead and explain a little bit about the mining applications that we've created at Utex?
Yeah, so like you did mention, we are strong in oil and gas, and a lot of that is due to the materials technology that we employ in the products. It's easy to start venturing out into other avenues when you really look at what the products can do, what the materials can do. And so a good application for our polymers, our rubber in particular, is for vibration dampening. So that was a natural fit for mining because that is one of their largest concerns, is the vibration and the wear and tear that occurs on the drill equipment. And we were able to incorporate that into a product.
Okay, so this product, it's a vibration dampening product. Can you tell us, a little bit more about it? What exactly is it?
Yeah, so we have basically the system that we have it listed out as a Smooth Drive, Smooth Drill, King Cobra are the name of the products. And it's kind of an evolution of being able to incorporate a rubber element into a housing that you can put on the drill string. So those that have known Utex for a while remember some of the original styles in which you have, rubber shock absorbers sandwiched in between two plates and straps to hold it together. All you're doing is just keeping that rubber element in between the drill string. As the years went on, we started finding out ways to not only maximize the use of that rubber element, but also be able to service it more easily, more quickly. We can start off with the Smooth Drive system. So it's a durable component, very durable, but it has to be elastic at the same time. You have to be able to absorb the energy that you see in the drill string before reaching up to the top of the motor head. We have, a lot of customers that will come back, with different things that they've tried. The hard connections themselves where you don't have any shock absorbers, that's not really seen very much now because of the extreme vibration and what you can call like a drill bounce during the process. Mm-hmm. So we put this shock absorber in between the middle of the drill and the motor head. And over a couple of decades now, we've seen how that extends the life of the drill in particular, but mostly the motor head and your equipment above.
So you were just talking about extending the life. I imagine there's people that are going to use this different ways. That's basically what determines the life of the product, correct?
Right. Yeah. It's you can put just about anything in there. We've joked around before about you putting used tires in between the metal plates. I mean, you can take any piece of rubber and put it in there. It's just that we've engineered this rubber in particular for the types of forces and movements that you see in a drill string. So that's where a lot of our effort has gone into. And as previously mentioned too, the housing and the casing is something that will contain this at the appropriate angle, the appropriate spacing, and the ability to transmit as much energy from the top of the drill string to the bottom.
And so are there like cheaper competitor brands out there, that people could substitute instead of this?
Right, yeah, and we do see a lot of that, especially in the photos that our customers will send back. So, the old saying, where cheap is expensive, you have to look at the cost overall. So we've seen a few of these competitor examples, but studying them over time, we've seen that the amount of hours that you can get out of them have been as little as 1/4 as to what we were providing. perhaps were not, situating the material correctly. They might not have had the right thickness, or the rubber in particular that they were using was just not ideally suited for the application. And we keep coming back to the rubber element because that is Utex's specialty, is the development of these materials.
So would you say the payback here is just the fact that us producing this oil resistant rubber element has made the product last longer?
Yes, there's that, and then of course there's the formulation of the rubber itself. Ultimately, what you're doing is allowing the customer to have more use out of an element with less downtime. You're also able to increase the penetration rate because you can transmit more of the energy down to the drill bit without getting that annoying bounce back and chatter that you'll get whenever you have a fixed drill rig, for example, which again, we don't see that too often, but there are a lot of products out there that they may not be able to absorb energy in both directions. We have axial going up and then radially going circumferentially around the shock absorber. The way that we have set up is that both forces that we see most often are covered by the product. So you will see a payback after probably 1/4 of the life of the use of our shock subs.
Okay, well that's a vast improvement then. So let's go into our latest product. It's the King Cobra. Can you explain a little bit more of the benefits and the value of the King Cobra?
Right, and that is by design. So we were talking about the rubber element. We tout that a lot, but with the King Cobra, we're allowing serviceability on site and sometimes already on the equipment itself. So previously we had mentioned Smooth Drive, we mentioned Smooth Drill, King Cobra. It's an evolution of the products doing the same thing, but what the King Cobra does is it allows you to service the unit a lot more easily. So with the previous one that we had to King Cobra, which is still available, you have an outer lip that is welded to the top surface, which needs to be cut. You can remove your element, replace, and then re-weld the lid. Now, what we can do is actually remove the element out of the top by 3 to 4 studs that we will have bolted into the side of the unit. And once those are removed, we can actually take out the entire plate, rubber, and bottom plate assembly in one pull. The other thing that the King Cobra offers, the ability to get the unit to the point where you know that you're going to need to replace the element without actually damaging it. So it's kind of like brakes on a car. Once that wear pad starts to wear out, you start reaching the metal portion, which is actually a little piece of steel that chatters and makes a high-pitched squeal. That's kind of an indicator, a physical indicator, also audible, that lets you know that it's time to replace it.
Right. And so are there other people that can copy the King Cobra?
Well, the King Cobra design is patented. Utex holds a patent on that. And again, you could fabricate something similar to it. You could, perhaps buy something that looks like it, that's similar. The only thing is that, like I talked about before, and we will keep stressing, is that the rubber components, the way that it's designed and placed into the housing, that is unique, and formulations are not copied. That is something that we hold key to our products, and you will get it with the King Cobra if you purchase from us.
And I know one of the factors you're mentioning is with the King Cobra, it makes it easier to redress. And we sell like a kit in order to do that, correct?
That's correct, yes. A kit at a lower percentage of the cost of a total unit, yes.
Well, Gabriel, so we've talked about our mining products today. What is one thing that you would like our customers to remember about Utex?
Yes, and that's something that a lot of us will agree on, is the versatility and our ability to adapt materials to different applications. So today we talked about mining. More of these great videos that are being put together by you and the sales team will show all of the other applications, of course, oil and gas, municipal, industrial. It's Utex's ability to adapt materials to a wide variety of applications. I believe that is the strongest point that we have.
Okay, awesome, great. Well, thanks, Gabriel. Really appreciate you doing this video today.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having me again.